Since I'm having to go through a little leak finding myself, I thought I'd show you the process that found this rather nasty medium-sized leak. This is the whole setup. I'm going to zoom in up on the window. You'll notice I have a bag over its head. There's a good reason for that we'll get into. So now we're looking in the window. I'm going to turn on the neon sign transformer. You get a little glow in there. Now I'm going to turn on this pump. Now, key to this technique is to control your pumping speed such that you can still get a glow in the thing, which you can't see here right now because it's back in the sidearm, but it'll come out. There we are. There's the color of air. It's not showing up correctly in my monitor here, but it's deep purple. And with air, it does a funny thing. If you get it down far enough, just before it goes out, it turns mostly brown, which I think is nitrogen, because I've seen that in pure nitrogen jets I was ionizing. So we're going to let it get up to equilibrium here. Here comes the turbo pump. And like I said, key, whatever way you do it. In this case, I'm limiting the turbo pump speed to 27% of whatever it'll actually do. And to keep it from getting to such a high vacuum that the glow goes out. This is a 9 kilovolt neon sign transformer. We're getting about 4.5 here. So now we can see the inside of the chambers lighting up. Hearing the turbo still climbing in speed. I'll let it get there. And then what we're going to do is introduce a gas through a hose around various places around the apparatus. And see when the color changes, because most gases light up a different color. Obviously you can't use air or nitrogen for this because we've already got the leak in air or nitrogen. You could use helium, which is what I'm going to use, hydrogen if you want to dye, neon if you're very rich, and so on. Argon is close enough to the color of air that I don't like it for this, and helium is really the best, and it's not very expensive. So okay, here we are at equilibrium. Let's go let in some gas. And oh, by the way, the reason you use the bag over the head is that this is always a game of divide and conquer. And you might want to test, you know, like there's 6 fittings on that cross. You might want to test a bunch of them at a time to see if it's the top cross or the bottom cross, for example. And it just speeds up your thing and saves you a little gas. In this case, the bottom flange of the cross appears to be what's leaking right above the right-hand little gas inlet valve. That yellow thing on the right, and that's about where I'm going to put the gas in and see if I can get this to change color so you can see it. Okay. Yeah, and this big tank of helium, it's turned on, using a welding regulator, and I'm getting a pretty loud flow here. I can hear it hissing, and we'll put it where I think the leak is. And lo and behold, the color changes. The gas gauge also will change. Just a little bit more here so I can turn it all the way light blue. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure it's not the stuff up there inside the bag, because when I turn the helium off, like so, you go right back to air color. I had another bigger leak a little bit below that, where since helium's harder to ionize than air, when I hit it with the helium, the light just went out, even though the pressure actually rose a little bit. So anyway, that's a pretty quick way to find a leak, and in this case, like I said, I think I got the gasket cocked in the bottom of that upper cross, and I'm going to just replace it since they don't cost that much. We'll see if we didn't fix it. Now, the glow didn't just go out, it just went way over to the left sidearm. But, oh, and also this is a small enough leak, I should mention, that running it in my dirty atmosphere, it will eventually plug itself. That could be good or it could be bad, depends on how cheap you are, because if you depend on a cat hair or something to plug it up, well, you know, cat hair is going to fall out or degrade at some point and you'll have this leak again. Okay, that's all for now.